Okay, so now that you have the basic shape of the hat that you want, or a hat that you bought, I'm going to show you a few alterations you can make to just the basic average cattleman look. But some things you can do to this basic style to kind of make it your own. So one would be to change the crown. So you can take this same brim style and you can completely change this crown. You can do a punched out variety, which I'll just do that real quick, just so you can see. Because this is wool, I can do some of this stuff fast. Okay, so you take these side vents and you push them out. Okay, now, you know, this is just a look preference. Sometimes if the person's going to cram them down a lot, that would be a good idea because it's naturally going to pop out anyway. This is where I like to say this is where the illusions happen in a hat. So if you have someone who sees this big brim and says, oh my word, that just looks too wide, too big, sometimes I'll suggest we'll change your crown, because the taller your crown looks, the smaller your brim looks. And so you can do a bunch of stuff. Another alteration you can do is to completely take this out of the cattleman variety and either make it a brick top, or there's, I mean, absolutely an endless amount of crowns that you can put in a hat. I'll just put a modified Gus crown in this just so you can see mostly the illusion of a taller crown or a more narrow front. So I'll just show you that real quick. I'm going to take these side vents, do this. I just want you mostly to see that, especially if you get an open crown, you can make the hat your own and make it really look and do different things in no time at all. So this is a modified Gus. It's what's in this hat, where those side vents are in the front. And that really does make this crown maybe look wider, bigger, different things like that. So if you got a hat and you're wondering, man, that just does not look like me, well, change things up. Change up here, do some different things like that. So I'll show you one more thing that you can do. You can change this basic brim as well. So like obviously this is kind of following in the Western style. You can bring these sides up, okay, and change that look completely. Take the overall profile and really kind of elevate it. You can also take it down. So just because your corners are set here doesn't mean that that is your shape. I'll just show you quickly the vast difference if I bring these sides up versus taking them down. Regionally, you know, depending on where you are, style is going to dictate what you see in a hat. And so maybe you want a little higher side. I'm going to show you that first. Or maybe you feel like that's too aggressive and you want to come down. So you can use both ways. I'm just going to use this to kind of quickly get it there. So this is this same kind of shape. Kind of help it along here. A couple of those little things I showed you. Usually if you're working on one side, you need to work on the other. That's just a basic rule. Okay, so there's that hat. Sides brought up a lot. Corners are the same. Okay, very different look to that hat. I'll take them back down even further than I naturally did it. Like I said before, depending on how wide you do it, you know, in the front you kind of have some limitations. You can do whatever you want, but the hat will naturally kind of want to lay flatter if it's wider. If it's narrow, it'll want to come up. So I'll just show you this real quick, and that'll be it. So I'm going to take this guy right back down. So I'm going to flatten this dude out. So I'm just relaxing some of those pretty aggressive things we maybe tried at the beginning. Okay, there's that same hat, looking much flatter, just in a different style. Okay, so the one thing I did not touch on, and I really think if you shape them right, it naturally does it, but that's the dip that you put in the hat, okay? And so in the straw videos, I showed you kind of how to do that, where you can take it like this and bring it down. In a felt, you can also do this and bring it down. But if you do shape this properly and use your stomach, you're going to have a natural dip in there that's not forced, that the hat will want to maintain over time. And so if you're doing a hat and the sides don't look just right, maybe try to put a little bit more dip in there, something like that. You can definitely tell whether someone, you know, has pride in what they look like based upon what their hat looks like, and the dip is kind of definitely one of those places. So this is just a quick little instructional of how to take a felt or wool hat and make it your own at home using a pot and just a few little tricks. So if you like this video and want to see more videos just like this, please like and subscribe to the Startup Cowboy channel.